It's your girl Candy, the light. Spirituality, the light. Live readings, the light. Motivation, the light. Life coaching, the light. Love and light, the light. Candy, the light.
Hey cousin, what's cracking? It's your favorite cousin Kid here at the Lighthouse ATL. Okay, so let's talk about spirituality. Let's talk about religion. Y'all let me know, down in the comments. Let me know, okay, how you all feel about spirituality, about religion. Y'all let me know, what religion are you? I'm interested in knowing. Are you a Baptist Christian? Are you, I don't know, Muslim or whatever it is you are? Let me know, okay? Because I would love to know who is watching and what you believe. Because even though you'll hear me say a lot that I am a spiritual woman, I know that everybody is not necessarily completely spiritual. Spiritual meaning that you do not belong to groups and organizations here in this realm, okay? When you become a spiritual person, then you're guided to detach from just about everything. I'll tell you, you will detach from everything. So the creator of all, the all, will require that we as spiritual people detach from things in this realm so that we can completely and fully follow the guidance of God, the creator. No interference, okay? No books needed. You're not going to be able to be initiated by anybody over and wherever you got to go to get initiated. It don't work like that, okay? Spirit initiates you. And I know that it's hard to believe because when you say things like that, people are like, what? Like, how can you know what to do if nobody's telling you what to do? Well, there are some people who are multi-sensory. There are some people who know how to receive guidance from the spiritual realm. And it's very real. I'll tell you, it's very real. And I know that when we talk like this, and a lot of times it's deemed as demonic or something like that because it's not understood. But just like when Yahshua was here on this planet, a lot of people thought that he was demonic too because he was doing miracles and doing all these things too, but he was completely connected to the source. And a lot of people hated him, which a lot of people call him Jesus or whatever you call him. But his name is Yahshua, okay? Those are two different energies, okay? So Yahshua, he was the one who came here and spoke against the laws, okay? He was telling people that they were hypocrites. He was calling people out on their religious beliefs, and that's the reason why they hated him. Because first of all, they hated the love energy that he carried, which was the all, God, living through him and through the world, okay, into the world. And so when he started telling people that all they had to do was connect to spirit and they could be free and they don't have to live by these laws and these things like that, then he was hated, okay? And they actually killed him, which we know he was killed because when you start to go against people and what they believe, that is very dangerous. So people out there who say that you're chosen, you carry this Christ consciousness, please understand that you're going to be called, number one, to go against the things that people believe in this world. And that could be going against what your family believes. That could be going against your own religion and doing something different. Listen, it's just how it goes. Because like in the Bible, when he says, let the dead bury the dead, leave those people behind, leave that mindset behind and follow me, meaning that you follow spirit. So when you say that you're following spirit, a lot of times people think that that just gives you a pass to do whatever you want to do. And that's absolutely incorrect. Okay. There is nobody or no book that you read that will be able to correct you like your creator. I guarantee you. It was not until I was called, okay, guided to stop working. I told y'all for 3 years I took off from work. Did I do that because I wanted to? Absolutely not. I was guided to do that. When spirit guided me to stop working, which, I really didn't have a choice. Okay, I really didn't, because this is the thing about spirit. Spirit will put blockages in your path, and you won't have a choice but to do what you need to do. So keep on thinking you're in control of your life, but if you call to separate, you ain't gonna have no choice. It's just what it is. So I was guided to separate, okay? So y'all know me from Can Be the Light on the channel, recording videos, thousands of people, and we was deep, right? You know, I was doing my thing, and I was learning how to connect to spirit through divination. That is how I entered into my spiritual initiation. But it was not until I was 100% in with spirit, meaning that I went on a fast. I was guided to fast for 40 days. When I fast for 40 days, then after that, it's like the fire was lit, okay? I sent up that signal, okay, I'm ready. And when I did that, things started to change in my life. So the fact that I don't eat meat, the fact that I no longer drink, I no longer have those addictions and cravings and all those things that I had before, it's not because of me doing those things. What I did was I surrendered to spirit when spirit called me. That's what I did. And that's the only reason why I'm back here today. Because if I did not surrender, which a lot of spiritual people don't, they feel like that they can have one foot over here doing what they want to do, and then they can say that, oh no, I believe in God and I believe in spirit on this side. No, it don't work like that. Because when spirit calls you, God, whoever you call the all, when you're called, then you will be called to separate from everything in this world. Listen to me. Everything. All right. In the Bible, it talked about how God told was it Abraham to go kill his son. Okay. Listen, it's real out here. So when you talk about spirit as a force, right, saying that this force is guiding me, okay, like I say, the force of spirit is guiding me. People don't believe that. They're like, what does that even mean? To some people, that's just like foreign language. Like, you have to have a system. You have to have a book. You have to have rules. You have to have laws and regulations. And I'm here to let you know that you don't. Not everybody, okay? Because like I told you, we're all at different levels of awareness. We're all at different levels of ascension. And all humans are not created equal. It's just the truth. So just like there are different levels to angels, there's different levels to people, there's different levels. You know, hierarchy exists because of the spiritual realm. And there's different levels of heaven. There are different levels. So every person does not require that, because their discipline comes from spirit, meaning that spirit being the force of all life. That force has a consciousness. But when you say that, then it's like, what does that mean? Like, spirit is nothing but, you know, life. But saying that spirit is nothing but life is like saying that life is nothing. You see what I'm saying? Life is everything. And the force of all, when you're connected to that force, people out there who know, you will be guided to do certain things that don't make any sense to the human mind. See, people who like to rationale and think things through, and they try to make everything make sense to their mind, those are people who struggle when it comes to spirituality, because you have to be childlike. You have to be coachable. You have to be willing to listen. But if you believe that you're in control and you're in war mode and you're in fight mode, then you can't be in love mode. Then therefore spirit cannot flow to you and through you. So this is why I say, all people are not spiritually connected. And you know that because when spirit is connected to you, there are certain things that you don't even struggle with. So when you're in your flesh and you're trying to do everything with your mind and your body, you struggle to fight so much to get things done. You know, you struggle to stop doing these things. You struggle with addictions. You struggle because you're trying to do it with your own mind, with your own body. But when you're spiritually connected, then spirit flows through you, and now you can do things that you were not able to do with your human body. This is what it means to be spiritual. It means that you don't make plans and say, okay, I want to do da 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 da, and you set this whole plan up for your life, right? Because that's how I used to live. I would say, these are the things that I want to do. I want to go to college. I want to do this. I want to do this. And I would do all those things. And I still did not feel satisfied. I felt satisfied knowing that I was accomplishing things, but internally, I still had a void that was always empty. I always felt like nobody really understood me. I always felt like, I was not at my best internally, but that's because I was spiritually disconnected. I was in the driver's seat of my life. Even though I did some great things in life, I still did not feel 100% connected. Something was missing. So this is how you know that you're spiritually disconnected. When you become spiritually connected, then you are more satisfied with less. And you live a life where every day you wake up is not to perform. See, when you're in control, you wake up to perform. When you let spirit control your life, then spirit will guide you to develop yourself. So this is the reason why people are starting to meditate. This is the reason why people are becoming more mindful and practicing stillness and all these things. Because this is how you connect to spirit. You get out of the driver's seat, you cut off your mind, and you allow spirit to guide you from the inside. All right. So a spiritual person, they don't make plans. Like I don't make plans. I am told what to do and I do that. Even if it doesn't make sense. A spiritual person doesn't feel like I need a certain amount of money to get things done. Because when you're spirit led, you don't need money, because whatever you need, spirit will provide it for you when you need it. If you need resources, you'll get them. If you need support or whatever it is you need, you will receive it when you need it. But you don't need to walk around with so much. That's the reason why a lot of the disciples and people that you know in the past, they weren't like filthy rich, but they had spirit with them, which means that they had protection. They knew that they would be supported. They didn't have to fight. And this is the reason why Yahshua would tell them, don't fight. Don't go to war. Love is enough. All you have to do is stay in the love frequency, because he understood that when you're not in the love frequency, that is a low frequency. But people who want to be at war and they want to fight and they want to battle and they want to be in control, those are people who are on a low frequency and they can't elevate to this high frequency. Because if you decide that you want to start to war, you want to fight, or you want to be this aggressive person, then you will disconnect from spirit, because the energy of spirit is love. That is the frequency, the highest frequency next to enlightenment. When you're enlightened, that's when spirit comes in and changes your mind, so that you're not changing your mind. You're not doing the healing. People are trying to heal themselves, and that's why it doesn't work. It's a battle when you're trying to heal yourself. But when you allow spirit to heal you, then you can release. Then you connect to the spirit of peace. Then you're able to do the things that you would not be able to do on your own. So the reason why most people live in toxic environments, they live around toxic people, they allow toxicity to fester in their life, even though they say that they're religious, okay? Because the most religious people really live in toxic environments, and that's the truth. And I'm telling you this coming from somebody who was religious. I was a religious person, and I was so, against doing this, and you can't do this, and me and my children used to go to church and do all this stuff. But at the same time, I was eating very unhealthy. I was still doing certain things that were not for my highest good. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have the awareness. But it's not until spirit comes to live in your vessel, in your being. That's why your temple is so important. By keeping your temple pure, then that's an invite to say, okay, I want to have this connection to you. Because in order for us to connect to spirit, we have to be in a certain vibration. And people don't want to hear that. People want to believe that if I pray a certain amount of times a day, if I do certain things, then I can qualify for this. And that is not it. That's not how this works. The way that you connect to spirit is by, first of all, knowing that you're not in control of your life, but people want to be in control. People feel like I need to be in control. So then it's just like a father with a child. Go ahead, do whatever it is that you want to do. Because people here on this planet, they value their parents more than they value God. And it's true. Because if spirit guides you to disconnect from your parent that is toxic, will you do it? If you won't, then you chose your God. Your parent is your God, not the creator. Because if source says, okay, your parents are toxic and you're not going to be able to move forward as long as they're connected to you. A lot of people are not willing to take that road. See, I've done it. I've done that. I have disconnected not only from my own parents, but family members, where I used to live, where I grew up from, my ex-partner, all of these things, jobs, businesses, money, everything completely taken out of my life in order for me to be an empty, pure vessel for the source to do whatever it is that the source wants to do, uninterrupted. That is what spirituality is about. It's becoming one with all that is. So, the all says that it is the all, right? In the Bible, you hear, God refer to itself as the I am. When you can be the I am, meaning that your energy, who you are, is enough. You don't have to do anything other than just be who you are. Then now you're connecting to the source. But if you have to do things your way, if you have to do things the way that people say or religion say it has to be done, then you can't do things the way the spirit wants you to do them. Call it God. When I say spirit, call it God, and then it will make sense to you. If God is telling you to do certain things, but you say, I cannot do that. I don't want to leave this person. I don't want to stop doing these things. I have these habits. I don't want to do them. I can't let that go. I can't stop doing that. Then just know that you've chosen your God. And that's the world that we live in. And this new world, it's either light or it's dark. So when we hear that spirit is returning with a sword, that is what's happening. And it's not going to be, oh, I understand you were doing all these great things. Look at how much great things that you were doing. But you didn't follow what I told you to do. So you can still come on. Come on into the kingdom. Come on in. You're a part of the body of Christ. No, it doesn't work like that. Because we already know in the Bible, God will say, I never knew you. Depart from me. Okay? Workers of iniquity. You were doing what you wanted to do. You were doing whatever you felt like you wanted to do. So I don't know you. The children of God, the people who carry the Christ consciousness, they're 100% spirit led. And whenever spirit says something has to go, there is no question about it, because it's not about having these connections. It's about detachment from things and understanding that this realm of existence is not all that is. You are a force of light. You're connected to a force, all right? Your soul is here to evolve and to grow. But if you stay on a low level, then your soul will not grow and evolve. And that is what has happened to many, many people that have come before us. They did not evolve. And it's because they did not have the awareness. Spirit had not poured out that energy for them to awaken. But we live in the time where spirit has now poured out that awareness to all of us. And now we have the opportunity to choose. So a spiritual person is someone that does what has to be done, regardless if they like it or not. Because if you're connecting to certain behaviors, mindset, beliefs, people, places, things, energies, entities that you don't want to let go of, you cannot ascend into this higher frequency that you need to be in order to create the things that you're here to create in this dimension. The world is evolving. Mother Earth is evolving. The frequency is raising. So there are people who are raising to that frequency, and then there are people who are not. So you just have to decide if you want to continue to do things the way that you're doing them, or if you want to move forward. When you get to the level of spiritual awareness, it means that you keep your foundation. Because I always say, keep your foundation, whatever you are, whatever religious upbringing that you had, keep that, because you're going to need that. But you build on top of that. There's so much more for us to learn when it comes to spiritual growth and evolution, other than what you learn in a book, in a text, and by laws. There are certain things that Spirit is not going to put in books because we are already told that it's going to be put in your heart. But when you tell people this, Spirit speaks to my heart, they say no. There's no way Spirit speaks to you. Oh no. But it's the same thing they told Joshua, right? They told him the same thing. They killed him, said, oh, okay, so you're the king, huh? You're a child of the Most High God. Oh, okay, let's see if you can get yourself out of this. And he still chose love, even though people hated him for living in his truth, for his belief. So we didn't come here to get comfortable. We actually are going to be very uncomfortable. We actually will be turned over to authorities and turned over to the world because of what we believe and what we can do. But we still continue to choose love because we know that this reality is not all that is. All right. This is just an experience, and we will all return back to the spiritual realm where we came. So to sum it up, a spiritual person is someone who is aware that they are not the body. They live life like that. They know that they're not the body. They know that they are the awareness of the body. They possess the body. They have thoughts, feelings, and emotions, but their thoughts, feelings, and emotions don't control them, so they don't battle with them. They allow them to be. They don't see dark and light and evil and all those things. It just is. It's just what it is, okay? There's no dark force, demonic force, demon, devil that's out trying to get you. None of that, okay? That's elementary thinking when it comes to spirituality. People who are spiritual understands why the dark forces exist. And they also understand that their power is in knowing who they are. But a lot of religious people have an issue with accepting their power. They have an issue with accepting who they are. They have an issue with accepting that they are able to do greater things than Christ did. And most people won't. They won't, because they won't be able to evolve past needing someone or some group or something to belong to. A spiritual person does not need anything to belong to. They own nothing, they have nothing, but yet they have everything. That's what it is, okay? So spiritual people, religious people, no matter where you are on the path, you're exactly where you need to be. There is no wrong. There's no wrong. If you're still in church or whatever it is that you do, stay in church, stay in your book, do all of that stuff, okay? Because if you're at that point, you need to be at that point. But just know that there are levels and you can continue to grow and evolve. And you should want to grow and evolve. You should. It's just like anything else in life. Once you mastered it, then you're ready to move on to the next level. It's time for you to move on to the next level. And there's no reason why the greatest prophets and the greatest have already lived. No. There's still more greatness in people who have things to contribute to humanity in a great way. But somebody has to do something different. Somebody has to be willing to go on that lonely road of choosing to follow spirit instead of choosing to follow the way of everybody else. So we hear about that broad road of destruction that many people are going to go down. And that's why, especially me as a spirit guide, I'm guided to pray every day for all life, no matter if they're on the dark or the light or whichever, okay? All life without acceptance, because I know that when spirit has that veil over your eyes, you can't see. When you have your ears covered by spirit, you can't hear. I live like that, and I know what it feels like to believe that you're going on the right path, but you're going down a destructive road. So we're talking about that broad road of destruction, but there's a narrow road of righteousness, and few people are going to go down that path because it's very difficult. It is very difficult to release your identity and what you believe is right, or what somebody has told you this is the right way, because spirit will tell you, no, that's not the right way. That's not for you. That may be for them, but this path is for you. And you'll have to turn your back on people that you love. That's hard to do. It's very difficult, but it can be done. And for those people who carry that flame, that Christ consciousness, listen, we don't have that choice. Like I told you, we just don't have that choice but to go down that path. And there's a certain initiation that takes place. There is purging that takes place. Spirit, listen, just like you get jumped into gangs and, you have these initiations when you go through all of these different religions and stuff like that. Listen, it's no different when it comes to spiritual growth. It's no different. The only difference is you don't have a physical person that you see, and you don't have somebody there that you hear with your physical ears. So you learn how to use your multi-senses, okay? Multi-sensory being, that's who you are. You learn how to use these senses because you don't have the ability to use your physical body to do this initiation. It's very different. It's very different. But trust me, you will be checked. And by the end of your initiation, you will know that, listen, whatever money you get, it ain't yours. Whatever you get, it's not for you. It's not being done for you. See, some people who believe that they're with God, they believe that God is blessing them with things. But God does not bless you with things. Not the God, the Most High. The God of this world will bless you with things. All right? Spirit doesn't do that. Spirit will give you what it is that you need, and also some things that you want, okay? Because all of your desires will be given to you. You'll have them, but your desires will be in alignment with what God wants for you when God gets done with your initiation. So all that little cutesy stuff that you want, all that designer stuff and all, listen, you won't want none of that. You won't want none of that. Everything that you're going to want is going to be in alignment with what is for the greater good of not only yourself, but everybody. Okay. So all of that will change. All of it will change. And whatever it is that is being done in your life is actually been done through you, so that you can be this vessel that Spirit is channeling this goodness through. So when people see you, they will see God. They don't see you. They see that, oh, this person is connected to Spirit. This person is connected to a higher power, and not just the higher power of this world, because there are stars in this world. It's like a mirror, okay? So that's the reason why we learn on the spiritual path to, first of all, disconnect from money, because money is not real. That is something that only exists in the physical. But you'll hear people who are religious, they hold on to their money, okay? They build themselves up because of their money. And a spiritual person understands full well that the money has no value or weight when it comes to spirituality and your ascension. So to be able to ascend in the spiritual realm, you cannot pay for that. You can't use those ancestor dollars for that. You don't pay for it. No offering. Listen, nothing that you give will be able to give you the spiritual ascension. If people give offering, they're giving offering to spirits, okay? There are spirits and there are entities they are giving offerings to. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But when I'm talking about the Spirit, I'm talking about the Spirit of all life, the one Spirit, all right? So move forward however you feel like you must, okay? But at least you'll have an awareness that you want to continue to climb the spiritual ladder. You want to continue to evolve. And there's only so much that you can learn from a person. There's only so much that you can learn from books or texts or anything like that. You learn from Spirit. Go outside. When you hear people say, go outside in nature, Spirit speaks to you out there. You'll hear certain things. And I know that I've heard many things to do, and it's just like, I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do half of the things that I've been guided to do. But I know that on the other side of my connection to Spirit is so much power that I receive because of it. And your power is on the other side of spirit. So you have to get on the other side. You have to get in the passenger seat, get out the driver's seat and get on the other side and get connected to spirit. That's how you connect to your power. That's how you're able to do greater things. But you can't do it with your own mind because you're going to hurt yourself. And a lot of people on the spiritual path, that's how they do it. That's how they end up losing their mind. They literally go cuckoo because there are forces in the spirit that know that you don't have the authority to do what you're doing. And then you're trying to do it with your own will. And so that's a violation in spirit. But you won't know that from the church or a book, or nobody else will teach you that. So you'll try to rush your ascension and you'll try to do all these different things to make you ascend faster and know things faster and this type of thing. And you could really hurt yourself. So that's why the spiritual path is not for everybody. You have to be childlike. You have to be patient. You have to take your time, and you have to know that whatever you need to know, you'll know it. Whatever you don't need to know, you won't know it. And you accept that. You're not trying to figure these things out. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just want to know these things. I just need to see. I just want to know. And it's like certain things you don't need to see and you don't need to know. That's the reason why there's a division between spiritual and the physical realm. Those who need to see into the spiritual realm, they see. Those who need to hear in the spiritual realm, they hear. And those who don't, they're not supposed to. And don't even try to push it, okay? Because you can get yourself in some trouble. This ain't religion, okay? It really ain't. So, I love you. I hope that brought some clarity to you all right? I love you so much. Know that you are loved and you are supported no matter where you are on your path. It's right. There is no wrong. And whatever it is that you need to know, you will know it when you need to know it. Until then, every day you wake up becoming a better you. Because as your energy changes, your vibration changes, you are ascending, which is what you came here to do. You came here to grow as a soul. And whatever you do, whatever you produce, whatever you create is just a reflection of your growth. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.